Hey guys, welcome back to Film Explosion. Today we'll present to you super gross moments in Dr. Pimple Popper history, part 2. Let's head into it. Number 3. Wet old newspaper. Even the biggest pimple popping fans would be shocked by the color of this pus-filled cyst. In this video, Dr. Pimple Popper compares the gray mush of her patient's back to a wet newspaper. And if that pretty graphic explanation isn't enough to turn your stomach around, then we don't know what's going to happen. Last night, the LA-based dermatologist, whose real name is Sandra Lee, posted a clip on her Instagram page. She can be seen using a scalpel to cut open a lump on the back of a woman before reaching in with her hands to force the pus out. It starts oozing out and looks like mushy wet newspaper. She needs 2 hands to get all the old pus out of the back of the woman. As it blew through the crack, Dr. Lee says, "You've got a wet newspaper in here. That's what we call it. Or like a balut. Is it like a chicken type or quail egg? Oh no, a duck, man." Then she numbs the area a little bit so that she can begin to pinch the large cyst. The woman says feels very weird to her. Dr. Lee understandably says, "The only thing I can compare this to is like a C-section where people are working on you, but you can't really feel what they're doing." She manages to snip away the edges of the cyst, still attached to the patient's skin. Dr. Lee is now in a position to remove the last of the lump and search the gap for any residual pus bags so that it doesn't grow back. She explains, "What happens if you leave a little off the wall of the bag? It's very thin and tears quickly and captures your normal skin, so it's easy to possibly linger there. So we're looking at it really carefully, and we're trying to triple check to make sure we have it all, because sometimes they come back." After the operation, she tells the patient what she's able to squeeze out. She advises her to stop stretching or yoga to relieve stress and make sure the scar has time to heal. Sometimes on the back, not so often on the lower back, but there is a possibility of a keloid scar on the upper back. There are an overgrowth of tissue when the scar is actually raised, and there's a risk that can happen. It's not something we really have a lot of power over. Some people are more susceptible to it, but it doesn't sound like you'd had one, so that's good. When it really gets elevated or itchy as it recovers, that's an indicator that it could want to thicken, so that's something to carry to me or to other doctors, because they can inject something into it to settle it, so it won't be high. Dr. Lee has the patient stitched, so she's left with a small, tidy scar. After the operation has been finished, she shows the woman what had been squeezed out of her back. Pointing to the wet newspaper pus, she states, "It's all just wet skin cells that have been crushed in there." Number 2. The chunky eye cyst. It's holy moly. In a new Instagram video, Dr. Pimple Popper, aka dermatologist and TLC host Dr. Sandra Lee, MD, pops a lumpy cyst right next to the patient's eye. Although the cyst seems to be tiny and fairly ordinary, you're not going to believe how much gunk comes out of the eruptive development. Dr. Lee makes an incision in the cyst in the clip and starts to squeeze it carefully, but the stubborn cyst doesn't want to give up without a fight. It's still trapped in there. Dr. Lee informs the patient that he is struggling to push the cyst out. Finally, Dr. Lee is able to successfully push out the contents of the cyst. And boy, this cyst is more than expected. A huge amount of white, chunky, dense material comes out of a few patient squeezes. Fans were utterly mortified at the clip. In the best way, of course. "I didn't expect that from that little bounce," said one fan. Another commentary added, "Wow, that bloomed into a nasty little flower. You know what they say, April showers bring cyst flowers. I'm going to see myself out." This cyst is possibly an epidermoid cyst, comprising a set of wet dead skin cells and keratin. This type of cyst can occur on the face, neck, and body, including the delicate area of the eye. Yeah, are you just as stunned as I am? Watch the cyst flower explode. Number 1. Exploding fireworks. Well, you'll like to see a stunningly surprising display. In this Instagram video, Dr. Pimple Popper, aka dermatologist and TLC host Dr. Sandra Lee, MD, celebrates squirting cysts and blackheads with a cringeworthy of compilation. These particular pops have a terrifying range that will make your jaw go down in terror. Released on July 4, the clip is said to be the sound of an explosion of fireworks, and it's definitely apt. The video shows Dr. Lee making incisions in a series of cysts and blackheads that are obviously under a lot of strain. When punctured, the pops squirt out in pretty startling blasts. Try not to blink as the gun comes and shoots. "I wasn't ready," a viewer commented. None of us were. Another commentary added, "God, I hope you're wearing a face shield all the time." Fortunately, Dr. Lee's viewers will know that she's typically fairly protected and very good at dodging rogue pops. On the 4th of July, Dr. Lee also posted a complete YouTube video entitled 4th of July Pops and Fireworks Spectacular, featuring a wide range of cyst bursts, blackhead pops, and lipoma blasts. Speak to me about a celebration. What do you think about these moments? Do you agree that they're super gross? Let us know in the comment section. This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss any of our videos in the future. Also, watch the 2 videos that are on your screen because I'm sure you'll love them. With that, I'll see you in the next video.